card. Never leave home without it.
I still don't understand that. Like, isn't that giving away
his identity?
Yeah, like I'm thinking about it right
now. It says
now.
Batman on it.
Yeah, well, Bruce Wayne had to put it. Batman technically can't just be like, all right.
No, you don't think Batman has his own bank account?
No, it's Social Security number.
I don't know that in Joel Schumacher's Gotham. Again, he was basically a celebrity at that point. He wasn't the vigilante. They were letting this man show up to galas and this as what stars saying the players well this gala affair we have every year. Like that's what they were letting Batman and Robin do. They just showed up like they were fucking influencers and shit.
Yeah, with BBLs and nipples.
Sounds like someone we know.
You?
All right, you know what? Back as always every Sunday live on YouTube. Banks versus Davis. He's Banks, I'm Davis. You already know. Shout out to Troy Cameron for the music as always. Rainmaker's Revenge. That's from the Made for Love EP. But it's been back to back rough weeks. Me in particular because I think you and Eve jinxed me about this whole ginger ale thing because I've been feeling sick since Wednesday. And that's because y'all
consider ginger ale spicy. That's why.
Maybe that's why I don't.
Yeah, the taste of spice. I don't know about you because I don't remember you eating anything spicy in Dallas or New York. Oh, the wings was kind of spicy, but
no, they weren't. They were regular. They were.
You didn't put hot sauce on them?
Fuck no.
Why?
Why would I put hot sauce on shit?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't put hot sauce on anything.
No poultry, nothing. Nothing. Well, we got our first topic, ladies and gentlemen, hot sauce.
Why would I use hot sauce?
Because it's hot sauce.
Why do I want my food to be hot?
It makes it better. I don't understand. Like I've never been asked these questions before. I'm a little concerned about you.
Which is why I brought up like, what do you drink last week? Because besides, pussy juice, but like, what else do you drink? But yeah, it's like, can't you tell? Again, obviously I'm a white person, so I don't season my food or anything like that.
I think you do.
No, I don't.
You don't season your food at all?
No, like barbecue sauce and ketchup are probably like the only condiments I use. Yeah,
that's fine. But I'm saying use condiments. I know white people that don't use condiments.
But those are the only two. That's it.
That's fine. What's the problem with that?
But why would I use hot sauce?
Hey, time is an illusion, Sean. That's why. Because Sean is from Texas. Sean, tell him about hot sauce. All right. You use hot sauce to add that extra little kick to it. That's why. Don't use Tabasco sauce. Like that shit is horrible. That shit is just spicy water. It ain't ice spice water either. Because that's definitely probably tastes like hot sauce.
Okay. So that's do you want to get
Do I want to get into ice spice?
No, I'm just. Well, I mean, that's okay. Well, whoa.
Consensual, yes.
No, that's what I mean. About you say, like I shouldn't just eat any woman because you don't know where it's been or that. But I'm not going to season my food. So there's like in the conundrum or the hypocrisy that I'm in, right?
About putting seasoning on women, you can do that.
Or just like you don't like. You'll eat. I guess it's just I'm a picky eater, but like, that's obvious. That's me. It's been me.
So that's how you relate to your women too. Picky. I'm trying to get where you going with this whole conversation, brother. I'm following.
No, because like I'll eat. No,
Go
it's just
ahead,
that
we
thing.
here.
No, just saying like you always like you shouldn't just eat any woman's ass, but I'm like, but I do. Like,
No, I'm
yeah,
I'm lying because
Oh, now you come out, man.
Yeah, I'm lying because
So you are the big show. See, I knew it. Like,
yeah, you gotta compare me to a better worker. Not saying Paul White wasn't a great worker, but damn.
No. See, you just no. You've been lying. Like, see, this is why I would never be a roommate with you, as we discussed yesterday, because you've been lying to me for 2 years
About eating ass? No, I never said
everything. You'll say I ain't gonna do this, and then turn around and be like what Matt said about the preacher. My bad, y'all. I spent the money. Like, I spent it on women. Like,
yeah, that's what preachers usually do. So,
well, that's why I don't trust the church.
You should if you spending money on women.
No.
He's spending money on hookers.
Which shows you religion is a lie.
Yeah, but that's besides the fact. At least he being honest about where the money going. Everybody else was like, we putting it on the church. No,
yeah, because they're scammers. Come on. We going there on a Sunday morning?
If we on Blasphemy, I mean, it's the day before Halloween. We might as well. I ain't trying to get struck by lightning.
But you're not into Halloween like that, huh?
No, I dress up every day.
No, but were you ever like into Halloween as like a kid? And okay,
the fucking Power Rangers. I was think I was Batman at one point. I was a Power Ranger.
You were Batman.
I was Batman. Yeah, Batman, not Betsy, man. What else was I?
Batman.
Yeah, I definitely was like Stormzy one time. I just put blackface on.
What are you trying to say?
I can do blackface. You can't. Well, you can, but I don't know how much trouble you gonna get for that. So if you do the Fed Baller, would you?
Are you gonna get in that? You gonna get into that argument like Cal? Like, is that technically blackface? Like,
I know where he coming from. I ain't gonna step on the great Cal.
I agree. I agree that it doesn't look good, but it's not entirely.
No, it's some New Zealand shit. Like
no, it's just it's body paint again. It's like Steve Borden was smart enough not to go black with the white lines. He went white with the black lines. Like, but and again, same thing. Like when he became into like Red Stink, he had red with the black lines. Like maybe he knew like you can't go that far. What about a Great Muda, huh?
Well, if somebody could spray something in your face, you got to be respectful to that person. Because if it get in your eye, it might be spicy.
That goes with anything. I mean, you spray something in someone's face, it could be
working on it, pal. Go ahead.
Now, speaking of Great Muda, what happened this morning that you wanted to talk about? Or I mean, it actually technically was this morning because Shinsuke Nakamura dropped that news at like 2 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
You know how I know that? Because you fucking woke me up. Well, you didn't actually wake me up, but I woke up at 3 a.m. I see. Let me just check my phone. I see I got some messages, and you all of a sudden be like, "My bad, John. I didn't mean to send that to you. My bad." Like,
tell them what I said, or I sent you.
No. But I'm like, who were you sending this to? Like, the heathens.
I'm about to spray some mist too. That's why.
But no,
I usually don't go that wild in a text message.
Really?
No, I rather say it vocally because I'm not, ashamed of anything I've said. I'm ashamed of certain things I've done outside of that. But I was just like, oh, I fucked up. Because I was distracted. I was watching Anderson Silva fucking drop in a fight. He took the plunge in the fight.
How bad was it?
Hey, it's called the job, bro. Like everything is
literally a job. Yeah,
he jobbed out. Like he definitely jobbed out. Like I was like, all right, cool, get your money. But no, we woke up. You said you woke up. You saw my text message. Then 5 hours later, I don't know where Shinsuke is in the world right now. More than likely somewhere on the East Coast.
Where they were last on Friday night.
Yeah, so wherever he is probably in the East Coast, and it was tweeted as of Pacific Standard Time, probably 2 a.m. So do the math on that. He up at 5 a.m. probably on the flight, and he tweeted that out.
No, your man Top Dollar said he saw it on the bus since Shinsuke Nakamura was on the bus with him. And he had to go. What do you mean? Who?
You talking about AJ?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Oh, they were in St. Louis on Friday.
Oh, that's Central Standard Time. He said he saw it on the bus. Well, he was in bad raps. Now, at least say that. I'm sorry. I can't. I understand your affiliation, but I'm sorry.
No, they ain't good. They're better than the other dudes.
You can't. Don't say that. Don't say that here on this show. Please don't.
But this is this show.
It don't matter. Still,
see, this is Davis versus Drip. What I was trying to say, like Deion Sanders said yesterday, he said they came to see Coach Prime. They didn't come to see Deion. But we'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, so Shinsuke Nakamura versus Great Muta. Great Muta's knees have been cooked for like a decade, so this is gonna be a rough match. Shout out to him, though, legend, obviously. But are you gonna be looking forward to this match? It's on New Year's Day,
right? So
we'll be recording that day because we always do our best of the year show on like the first or second day of the year since we've been doing it.
Also, too, that day, also on that day. That's what 2 days before New Japan?
3, I think it's 1-4 this year. Like it's kind of always supposed to be.
That's a lot of fucking Japanese wrestling.
Well, I'm not gonna watch the whole. I'm not really gonna. I'm not. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna check this Muta Shinsuke Nakamura match. Just again, Great Muta's knees.
It's about to be a Blasphemy Classic. You know that, right? They about to.
Yeah. I remember one of the Great Muta matches I watched a couple years ago when I had in JPW World was him and Naito from like Wrestle Kingdom 7 or 8, and all he was doing was Shining Wizards. And you could tell like Naito was trying to do all he could to carry that. And again, this is like early 2010s. So I don't know what Great Muta's been doing now in Noah for the past 10 years or his own promotion. I think that was Global One. But again, obviously he's a legend with the Mist, and I mean him as Kaiji Muto was when he. That's what's funny. He was Kaiji Muto, typical Japanese babyface, plain trunks, great worker, and then he comes to America, and they're like, "Nah, that's not gonna work. Put some face paint on, shoot some mist, be like the Great Kabuki," and then he lived 2 lives as Kaiji Muto and the Great Muta. No, it's supposed to be Muta and Sting teaming up, I think, to face someone. That I was looking that up earlier because that was the whole thing. Is that AEW and Noah are working together, and it looks like WWE and Noah are working together. But I said this earlier, and this is the thing that always happens that people forget on the internet all the time is that Hideo Itami, aka Kenta, worked a match in Noah while still being signed to WWE. He faced Marufuji at Marufuji's anniversary show. It probably was a sign in a way because Itami was released a few months later, but it's still a thing where like it's just one match. Why do we care? And it's a guy that we really aren't using. And Shinsuke Nakamura hasn't been used a lot in the last couple months. You had thought his contract might be up, but I'm not sure that he resigned recently.
I haven't heard anything. I know he signed a deal a couple of years ago for like 2 or 3 years extra. Mm-hmm. So maybe the contract is about to be up at the new year. That's what I was thinking about. But other than that,
I don't think they sign contracts like the New Japan guys in WWE where your contract's literally year to year and it ends at the top of the year.
I don't know. The thing is, he's 42 years old too. So how much can you get out of a 42-year-old man if you want him to be more active, which probably is the case now that Triple H is taking over. Like all the people that I brought in to NXT and have favoritism towards, which is everybody, because obviously if he bringing back fucking
Emma.
Yeah, if he bring him back, I said, all right, bro. At this point, what we doing? So
to bring back, for Triple H to be in charge and be like, Shinsuke, now I'm in control. We're finally going to give you that proper run. 5 years too late. He's looking at him like this is my last game. Like
at 42, his body beat up from working that strong.
Yeah, he's like, I want you to start doing that Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor match that you were doing. NXT. I want that Shinsuke Nakamura back, and Shinsuke Nakamura's legit gonna be like, nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was about to wild out and say how he would say it.
Bring her back.
Yeah, definitely.
Why?
Bring her back.
So she can break her hand for the third time and
Well, I'll break mine when I be seeing her.
Really?
Yeah.
Her?
Yeah.
You need help.
What?
I'm not saying she's bad, but I'm just saying, like, wow.
Because I like strong chin women.
She's not okay.
Hey, y'all better pray that we got something to talk about in the future. Because
no, see, that's what I mean. Where you would date Tessa Blanchard?
Hell no! What
the fuck I
look like?
That's the strongest chin of them all.
Sunday morning.
That's a damn lie.
Good morning, nigga.
You did say that you don't like to talk as soon as you wake up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I talked about that yesterday. We up here spilling beans, as the kids say.
That's not really. That's very good because you were a few months ago. It's still some months ago. I talked about potentially moving to the East Coast, and you will be going back as well. But I said, you know what? If I were to move to the East Coast, you and I would never be roommates. And you said, why? Like, and I said, let me count the ways. And then you said, I'm quiet. I'm a quiet roommate. And that's what one that also scared me. One, it scared me about you being quiet again, because you left Wale Mania with no, hey, I'm leaving. No, nothing. Just to get like the fucking Batman.
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't say nothing.
Yeah. I ain't trying to live with someone who's, a phantom. No.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I go days without seeing certain people in my house, and they right next door to me.
Yeah, no.
I try to avoid
talking. And they're the other reasons why I would never be a roommate with you. No.
Why?
We've been
ain't no smut on my name. Not in that way. Hey, no. Let's not put that narrative out. I don't need them to hit me with the do say Palooza. I ain't got none of that on my name, player. All my shit was yes.
I ain't saying like that. I'm just saying like.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me just clarify that. So
no. It wasn't anything like that. I'm just saying like no.
It could smell funny in there, but that's besides the point.
No. What's a topic you want to talk about? Because like I said, we'll just be throwing topics at each other. What's a topic you want to talk about that happened this week?
Kyrie Irving need to shut the fuck up.
Why is that? Well, him and Kanye West, yeah.
Well, you can't shut him up. He's fucking out of his mind.
Yeah, you can't just stop talking to him.
No, but he'll find somebody to talk to, yo.
They's got to start like, again, just no sell. That's the thing about people these days. They just can't no sell.
Yeah, because everybody wants to feel important talking to important people. You feel me?
Yeah, you're right about that.
So it's the whole point of like the dude posted, whatever he wanted to. It's just like when something is going on in the world, he feels like he has to be like super woke warrior. You feel me? Like he just, that's what I'm saying. So like Dot saying it best. It's like when somebody else says something, it's like he got to piggyback on it to make himself seem smart when the person wasn't smart. Like when the whole Roni shit was going on, then he want to piggyback and be like, oh, maybe it isn't real. Motherfucker, why do I care about you? Because you could one hand dribble behind your back into a layup. So the fuck what? So now he posted a book saying,
Where's he from again?
I ain't in it.
New Jersey, right?
I ain't in it.
Oh, now you want to step away? Yeah. Now you want to back. Now you want to, let's put this car in reverse.
One of your OGs is from Jersey. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't got nothing. I like Jersey. You feel me?
No, I think it's an East Coast dude thing, as we talked about.
Somebody in the chat from Jersey.
As we talked about with the West Coast thing yesterday, not yesterday, today about Nate Diaz. Like, that's not a shock about what Nate Diaz said. But you go up and down California, you'll find people of all ethnicities saying that. So
but to clarify, you never said it. Exactly. I got to say you because you from California as well. But yeah, so with Kyrie, I'll talk about Nate Diaz. I mean, his CTE got him saying everything. He might say every slur word you could think of right now. As soon as his brain think of a new word, it's like he's switching.
I was watching Freddie versus Jason yesterday.
Why?
I just put on when I was trying to take a nap. Sometimes I'll put on a bad movie just like fall asleep to.
That's so bad I couldn't even sleep. I'm like, bro.
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes I'll be able to sleep, sometimes I won't. But like I put it on, and there's at the end, Kelly Rowland calls Freddie the F word, And I was like, whoa.
About to watch that tonight.
I was gonna record it and send it to you because I was like, slow down.
I forgot all about that. You right.
Yeah, she says, what kind of where's a Christmas sweater? And I'm like, God damn. Like,
you gotta say French cigarette.
It was, again, it's just like when you watch Vince talk to Brian, like, what, you go to Fat Burger, get a shaken fries for $2.99. I was like,
But you gotta remember back in
it's 2003 that movie came out. Like,
yeah.
No, I know.
You had to stop saying it in like Twitter. When Twitter was popular, that's when you had to stop saying it.
Remember the whole Chappelle joke about it? Like, they can't say the M word. But they can say the F. They can say the F word. Remember, he had that whole bit about that. Like, but yeah, it was a complete. I had seen that movie once a few years ago, but I remember like being in elementary school and kids talking about it. And when I was looking up the production of it, because again, there's a whole production about like they've been trying to do this for years and years. That Rey Mysterio did the stunts for Freddy Krueger. Do you remember that? Like, it says
that's fucking hilarious.
It says in the Wikipedia that Oscar Gutierrez, one Rey Mysterio, did stunts in one of the scenes. You can kind of tell because he's throwing like a jumping elbow, kind of like some knees and shit. But I've never seen any behind the scenes photos or anything like that. It's just, who knows if this is just like a fake movie trivia thing, but it says it on Wikipedia. But again, you cannot always trust Wikipedia. But it says it on there.
Hilarious, bro. Like, that's one of them do you know type things. No, motherfucker, I did not know Rey Mysterio.
I think I remember hearing that years ago, but when I was watching it, then I'm like, let me look it up, because sometimes I always like to look up the production of movies. Like last night I put on Van Helsing, which I didn't finish because again, it's bad, and I was trying to go to sleep early.
That's the topic. I'll talk about you being disrespectful.
Talk about it.
Break it down. How's
it
you
bad?
break it down. How's it bad?
How is it bad? How is it good? Like,
everything about it is good.
No, go on.
So from the opening scene, right, when it gives you everything you need to know in the context of where this mission is going, that shit is fire. From then, when you see the introduction to all the villains, like the whole Universal villains and shit like that, the babyface turn. Well, he was always a babyface with a fucking one Frankenstein. That shit was fire. So the main thing I took, it was, and this is around the time when Underworld was out too.
They had just come out, yeah, because Kate Beckinsale
was in this as well.
Yeah.
It was just still like, I feel like that's a conflict of interest in a way, but I think they both were Universal projects.
No, I thought I think Underworld is like Lionsgate or something like that. It would seem like it, because you know what, Freddy vs. Jason was New Line Cinema, and I'm like, this is the most New Line cinema movie ever created, and it's like the red version of a New Line Cinema logo as it plays. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly why we picked that as our logo, because that.
Look at this review. Put this on the mega screen, bro. Put it on the screen. Look at this review. This man has class. Look at my African American review. Look at this. Brilliant. By one Anthony Ryan Dunn. I don't know who you are, sir, but now you live in infamy. I don't care what anybody else thinks about that. I remember when I first watched this at the cinema, and I just turned 9 at the time when I went to see it, and I remember how much the vampires terrified the hell out of me, including other monsters like the werewolf. And then he goes on, I ain't gonna keep reading all this shit, but he just talks about the whole crossover. That's what I'm saying. The crossover appeal was fire. And then remember, we talked about it recently when Universal was supposed to do that whole crossover.
That's the part I can respect is Steven Summers, who had done
you're right, Tristan,
the first 2 Mummies. Because they basically gave him carte blanche at Universal after that. Those movies made a shit ton of money. They spun it off into the Scorpion King. They made this man, like, in a way, like this next big auteur director in a way, because he wrote, produced, and directed Van Helsing. But him trying to combine Frankenstein, Dracula, basically the Wolfman, and Van Helsing all into one film, I respect that element. I mean, he shoots the first act when the opening scene in black and white. Again, that's cool, but Richard Roxburgh as Dracula is just horrible. Horrible. Like, I am going to tell you what is wrong with Doctor. Like, it's just bad. And then Hugh Jackman, who's coming off Wolverine. And it's funny, this week I read something where he had auditioned for Miss Congeniality and like bombed the audition because he wasn't prepared. And he said like Sandra Bullock would just like outclass him. I can understand being nervous by Sandra Bullock, especially prime Sandra Bullock, even though she still looks good now. But yeah, he said he bombed that audition and that X-Men hadn't come out yet. So he was still a no one. So it's not like they were trying to get on the hype train of Hugh Jackman early. But you can see like basically Van Helsing is supposed to be James Bond in a way in this movie. Like he has a Q in the Friar. He's hunting these monsters. He's working for the church, like how Bond works for MI6 and all that. And the way that first that kind of opens in a way is like, yeah, there's a mission going on that will relate to the story. Later on, there's a love interest, all of that. And Hugh Jackman at one point was considered to be Bond before Daniel Craig when they were about to reboot it. So I wondered like if that maybe hurt him, the fact that, and when he's just not good in this movie, unfortunately, and he's a good actor, he's just not good in this movie. It's just the basic kind of like, I'm the hero here to save the day. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
He couldn't pull it off like how Brendan Fraser could pull off that, like, you know, comedic action hero, which he did in The Mummy. That's what made him the star of that era.
That's absolutely true. But also Brendan Fraser comes from that comedic thing, as I talk about often.
Hugh Jackman's funny. I mean,
but he ain't Encino Man funny.
Okay, calm down. I forgot that Steven Sommers had done the 90s Jungle Book with Jason Scott Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch that movie a lot growing up. And what's crazy about that cast is that Lena Headey, who would go on to be in Game of Thrones, is in that movie. Carrie Elwes, who was in Princess Bride, was in that movie. But I used to watch that movie all the time. And Steven Sommers hasn't done shit in almost a decade. He had done G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, which, again, they were trying to... and he had took some time off between Van Helsing and that. And then he did this movie called Odd Thomas, but he hasn't done shit since then. And I'm wondering, like, what's up? He's from here, funny enough, from Minnesota.
Some people get tired. You know, it's a Van Helsing show, as I'm looking it up. That was on Sci-Fi Network.
Yeah, but it's a woman as Van Helsing, right?
Yeah, so I might, you know, I don't know. Like, Sci-Fi, the way they do shows, they good, but it's just the production value looks like something from the 90s.
Yeah, because they're all filmed in Canada on, like, shoestring budgets.
Yeah, but I mean, they still on. So somebody who funding Sci-Fi Network? It's like Impact. Is Impact?
No, it's Universal.
Sci-Fi? Oh, okay.
They get like whatever money they have left goes to Sci-Fi.
Yeah, like, all right, we spend all the money on that Mummy movie that bombed with Tom Cruise.
No, they spend all the money, all the TV money for USA and Peacock now. So like Sci-Fi gets like the 10 cents left.
And they using it very well. What was that show that Edge was in?
Haven.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. I actually like that show.
Edge and Christian were on that show. Christian showed up for a few episodes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I never watched it, but I just know that he probably put in a good word for his man and is like, hey, my man's trying to be an actor.
God is good.
Well, you know, it's Edge's birthday today.
Get the fuck out of here. What, you want me to give him a cookie?
I think someone you know will be very excited about that.
Yeah, she want to give him more than a cookie, but that's besides the point. I want some cookies too.
Are you going to say happy birthday to not Christian?
I say happy birthday. Fuck him.
No, but again, Van Helsing being like, it costs a shit ton of money, and you see now like the CGI and
it looked like Marvel. It looked like the She-Hulk.
Now, which is crazy. That's what we were saying about like about Moon Knight, and I haven't watched She-Hulk yet, but like, how do you go backwards in time with the CGI?
Like right now, I'm watching the opening scene from Van Helsing as we speak when he went against Mr. Hyde. And yeah, this looks like She-Hulk.
Yeah, it looks dog. And Mr. Hyde is the late Robbie Coltrane, who was Hagrid in Harry Potter. He does the voice of Mr. Hyde.
That's right. Yo, this opening scene was fire. You tripping, bro?
No, it's oh my god. You just like trash. That's what we always talk about. You like trash.
Define trash.
You said Money Plane was a good film.
Damn, that was 2 years ago. Let that hurt go.
No, because that's why we started the show. Because you're like, you know what's a good movie this year, Davis? And I'm like, what? Money Plane.
That was a good movie.
All right.
Ironically, Adam Copeland's birthday is today, as we talk about Money Plane. See how shit work?
written by the Lawrence brother.
I might have to rewatch that now that we got
Oh
Patreon.
my god. No, don't. See, this is why, you know what? This is why our Patreon isn't worth the price of admission, because you are putting people through hell by what you're watching. What did you just watch recently?
Oh, Vampire in Brooklyn, but that's a good movie.
See,
you never seen it?
Why the fuck would I watch that?
Bro, that shit is fucking hysterical. First of all, Wes Craven directed. All right, he directed it, which threw me all the way off. I didn't know that because as a kid, I used to see it. I'm like, I wasn't scared, but I'm like, I'm just not watching this because I was so used to watching Nutty Professor and different like Beverly Hills Cop and all that shit by Eddie Murphy. So this threw me off. But I watched it for the first time this past weekend. I was like, yo, this shit funny as hell, yo. And Pops, of course, put up 30. Well, Pops should have played Vampire in Brooklyn instead. But it's also the way that, yeah, this shit is fucking hilarious. And then it also made me give Eddie Murphy his flowers because we take him like, you know, we take him for granted because he could switch these characters. Like that shit is easy. No, he literally did 3 different characters, and the way it seemed like he morphed instantly, even though of course his camera cuts and all that shit, it's fucking brilliant. Like he played the Italian dude. That was hilarious. So you know he said all the keywords that they'll probably say. He called Alan Payne Soul Train. He called him John Shaft. Like that shit was hilarious. But then he played a preacher. And as soon as he went to church, because obviously he morphed from a vampire into a preacher because the preacher died, spoiler alert. He walked in, he said, God damn. So everybody turned around and looked at him because he's saying that in the Lord's house. And then immediately it's just like, dog, he started working it. Like, dude, Eddie Murphy.
But he did that the decade prior with Coming to America. He plays the prince. I know, but he plays the barber. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. I think now people take that for granted. Like that shit is not easy to do.
And then he plays the old man in the barbershop, right? Like, what is Velvet? Like, he was doing it back then. He did it in a better film.
But still, and then to do Vampire in Brooklyn, the Nutty Professor playing everybody at the table, that shit is not easy, and it's actually really brilliant. And the age of CG,
it literally took days and days to shoot that scene, right?
Yeah, I think they said like 3 days or so.
Because he had to be in one suit and then stand-ins, the other suit in stand-ins, and then another suit in stand-ins. So like just him getting in and out of prosthetics and shooting again from the back of people or close-ups. Again, that's why you always use medium shots instead of seeing the back of someone's head. With using a stand-in, just easier. That way you can get away with just the close shot, medium shot that the Coen brothers used was shot, reverse shot. That's the whole technical aspect of filmmaking that I enjoy.
Also, it's been a year since Coming to America 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is perfect time.
Year and a half.
And with that movie, it wasn't good, but still, he did the same thing in that. And I think because we in the age of CG, people are just like, it's whatever. Or because we've seen him do that countless times so effortlessly. But that shit is not easy.
I don't think he really tried to rely on it too much. I think they put together a good cast with Coming to America. That's why. With the daughter and...
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, good. No, I'm just saying, like, I think that, they had a kind of wider story to tell, so they didn't want to just focus on Eddie Murphy being the one-man show that he was in the 80s. Because, again, that's why he was the star.
And smart man. So Davis and Sean Roberts, smart man and perfect timing. So it's what Sean is saying at the bottom. That's the only mistake he made was playing one character or multiple characters at one time as his gimmick. But then Tristan, perfect timing. With Dreamgirls, I don't think it's a detriment that he played multiple characters at one time. I think they'll try to put you in a box being Hollywood because you can do that. But I think he knew that as well. And that's why, you go get the Shrek check just because. And then that went from multiple Shrek checks. So to do that.
How it cost him the Oscar, you mean?
Yeah, but he shouldn't. Didn't he get nominated for Dreamgirls?
Yeah, but I think the kind of story behind is that Norbit had come out around the same time, right?
Yeah. And
they were disappointed how he had gone serious in this great performance by him. Even though I've never seen Dreamgirls, but from what I heard, like he's good in it, and then he had his Paycheck movie coming out around the same time. So in the Academy's eyes, which again is very white and
And I don't even
pretentious,
think it was. I'm
didn't
sorry to cut
respect
you off.
him. No good.
I don't even think it was a check movie. I think he just did it for fun because they knew that movie wasn't gonna make any money. Because what was it? What was the movie when he played the space cadet in 2001 or
Oh,
two?
The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Yeah, that movie bombed. And then it's just like around that time, a lot of movies he were doing other than Shrek start bombing. I feel like the Shrek movie was more so a check. He just probably didn't know it because he was like, yo, you know what? I want to do this as well. I want to be able to do these multiple characters, and y'all just seen me do something serious. I think that actually adds on to his legacy, but you're absolutely right. It's the fact that the Oscars, like we talked about the other day, or I talked about it briefly with you, they tend to, and we don't need to get into it because we talked about the Oscars earlier this year. Y'all go check that out. But
well, no, in a way, it's coming up with, because yesterday or a few days ago, Top Gun Maverick put up its for consideration for the Academy, and it listed all the categories it's getting for: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Original Song twice with the One Republic song and the Lady Gaga song, and all the technical awards, which it should win just given the amount of actual work with strapping cameras on to these jets and the sound mixing and all that. Again, all the real technical stuff, which in the past Tom Cruise hasn't been rewarded for, with like the Mission Impossible Fallout, to be particular, and what he is trying to do with filmmaking and be as realistic as he can and not the over reliance on CGI. But like, well, Tom Cruise's past haunt him, not just as a person, but like his past movies, since he tried to be a serious actor multiple times with Rain Man, Magnolia, Born on the 4th of July, all that. And then he just became, all right, I'm the biggest movie star in the world. I'll stick to these paycheck movies in terms of like movies that are going to make money. I'm not going to worry about the craft of acting. But as we discussed in what's probably our movie of the year, Top Gun Maverick, is that he showed up to act as well in this movie, and there was story behind it. And he could still get nominated. I don't see him winning. At least the Academy will be smart enough to nominate him, just like how they, in a way, due to their recent history, but it's their long-term history, like how they had to nominate Straight Outta Compton and Black Panther because Oscars So White became a huge deal, rightfully so. And there's always the complaints about the Oscars never recognize the big time movies of the year. Just it happened with Spider-Man No Way Home last year. And as much as I love that movie, I don't think it was worthy of any Oscars, no offense. But I think something like Top Gun Maverick does, because it is an emotional ride up and down, and the performances are great, the writing's great. It's a tight movie. Like, you can't really find any holes from like a writing perspective, and the direction's phenomenal. And given its nominations, I know it's not going to win, as you discussed, something like Elvis, or there's these all these other serious movies that have come out or will be coming out, because it's the winter, and that's when you put out these movies. Like, there's that Cate Blanchett movie Tar coming out. That's like Oscar written all over it.
Let's see.
It's her playing a conductor, but it's also like a psychological thriller in a way, and it's, I think, about like what being an artist is.
Oh my! See, that's what I'm saying. They use cheat code movies like that to get nominations out there. Like, oh, okay, yes. The Ringer said Tar is the movie of 2022.
Yeah, and it's Sean Fennessy, who's my favorite, film critic in a way, and I love the Big Picture podcast, and I've heard him talk about this movie, and they've talked about like this movie being in the works for like the last year in terms of their hype for it, because it's directed by Todd Field, who has only done like 2 movies prior, but is an auteur who takes his time in between movies, and that's unfortunately just how it works. It's why we talked about it with Cal, like you said, like what do they reward and what don't they reward that they should.
The Oscar season has this cancel culture movie. It's thrilling. What does that mean?
What do you mean? Say it again.
The slate said the Oscar season has its quote cancel culture end quote movie. It's thrilling. What does that mean?
Are they saying that about Tar?
Yeah, I don't know what they mean by that. I could throw it on the screen, but I don't know if it's gonna get us hit. But they saying Tar tells a hashtag Me Too story from the perspective of alleged perpetrator What is it trying to say? Motherfucker, we don't know. You gotta let us know. Don't lead in. That's all right. Let me talk about bad journalism. Okay, so y'all gave me something to talk about as it relates to bad journalism. Well, Black Swan was a musical, right? Yeah.
No, it was a psychological thriller.
How? That seemed like it was more so a musical with the not even just the ballet aspect.
It's a Darren Aronofsky film. He ain't making no fucking musical.
Ain't that the well hasn't even come out.
Huh?
Did she get with him?
No, Jennifer Lawrence did.
Oh yeah, that's right. We only see her every 2 years.
When they were making Mother, with an exclamation point at the end of it. She has a movie coming out this year, yeah, in which she'll be gunning for that Oscar.
What's that about, Davis?
It's her playing a soldier coming back home with PTSD.
Okay, so that's gonna win.
Brian Tyree Henry's in it.
I don't give a goddamn. You think I care about Paperboy that much?
Hey, he's a good actor. He was great in Bullet Train.
He's a phenomenal actor, but do I give a shit? Who gives a shit? Alec Baldwin in that movie Tar? Yeah, let's move on.
No, is he?
He playing himself too.
Okay.
Slaughter Gang shit. So they all right. Bad journalism. Podcasters. You're a part of journalism. This ain't me cutting the shoe promo on podcasters. You're a part of journalism. But let me show you something. You can do better than these people that's at the Slate, the Ringer, etc.
Hey, don't say that about the Ringer.
Oh yeah.
I rock with the Ringer too. So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot who we got over there.
Now we'll never get a bag. Thanks. See?
But I forgot. I don't know who's under who, but I just now remember. Like, oh shit,
you stupid motherfucker.
Hey Brian, I got love for you. Simp, you already know. Oh, hey, I got love.
Simp's not over there. It's Cal and Brian and Greg.
Let me get up out of here.
You dumb. See, you fucked up. Now we gotta cancel this whole show and strike it down. Like, you idiots.
They're not listening.
You stupid idiot.
They're not listening. And if they are, boss, I just want a job. I'm sorry for what I said, boss. Please give me a job.
You're going way too far.
But you got me saying that at this point now. I'm like, damn, I don't know who we're who. I forgot. Everybody be signed to these big companies. That's why I'm underground. Anyhow.
And they're owned by Spotify. And our man's at RAOP on your shirt got a Spotify deal. So like
I keep God damn it, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. As Drake, I don't know what Drake talking about. Don't quote Drake on this show. You want to say happy birthday to your OG, your 6 OG being Drake?
Carry on to what you're saying about journalism.
Yeah, this is bad journalism, but that's been the since journalism has always been bad. All right, let me not go back since before the 1930s, but I want to say since the 1930s, 1940s, a lot of publication were spot on. They was talking about mostly that was taking place around the city, but it was a lot of clickbait even back then. So on BRP on the Patreon. Bulls in the China Shop, which is fucking hilarious. Make sure y'all sign up to that. Cal did talk about of the Ringer. Cal did talk about how
it's too late. It's too late.
No, we good. Any point. So he did talk about how back in the day, I remember at the grocery store, they used to have these magazines that have like Bat Boy and fucking.
Are you talking about the National Enquirer?
Yeah, I remember those as a kid when they talked about George Clinton was the president, but he was an alien or some shit like that.
Bill Clinton.
I'm sorry. Bill Clinton.
George Clinton is the musician.
Bill and George Clinton. Hey, the mothership.
What if George Clinton was the president?
I mean, it's the mothership. Baby boo-bop. So,
as soon as you said, I just wanted to keep it going. But I'm like, no. I gotta stop you right there.
So I remember in Men in Black, they said, no, this is the real news. And I started wondering.
That is true. He did, yeah. Tom Lee Jones said, this is the most accurate newspaper you'll see, right? Meanwhile, in Training Day, Denzel Washington's like, you see this? This is 90% bullshit, but I read it because it's entertaining. Like,
and you posted that about Twitter. Twitter's a new newspaper.
No, someone posted that about Twitter, and I said, "This is what you say about Twitter." Yeah.
Yeah, but that's hell. I learned more from Twitter than I did do the national news than CNN
That's the
or
point of
Fox.
Twitter. Yeah.
Like Fox is the new National Enquirer if you want to keep it a buck.
Oh no, when I take my car into the to get fixed, like they have Fox News all the time, and when I'll either like have my headphones on or like be on my phone up, and then when I'll hear something on the TV, I'm like, people actually like believe this shit. Like,
yeah, it's a gym out east I used to go to, and it made sense why they had it in there. You know, certain part of Jersey, so they want you to they want you to do the Denzel impersonation, I guess. You know,
I couldn't do that good. I can't do a good Denzel for training because he just does like I can probably do the softer Denzel. We just like a quiet. I don't think I could do the seats. 90% bullshit. Like,
oh, okay. I thought you was about to really commit to it. Nah, but the media has always, and I don't want to sound like Kyrie Irving right now. So
I could do Denzel and Macbeth, as we talked about earlier in the year.
You want to do it right now for the people?
No, I'd have to
save for Halloween.
I had to reread some Macbeth.
Would you be willing to be Denzel for Halloween?
You said, well, which Denzel character am I going as?
Oh, you definitely got to be the one for Training Day.
I got to put on a do-rag and...
That's a kufi, sir.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, see? Hey, what's today's mathematics?
Is that going on in the... Oh, Dot hasn't asked me, so I haven't looked it up.
Don't ask Dot shit, all right? Dot is fighting for his life right now. That's why he in here. He fighting his hunger off. That's why he in the chat right now. This is his only day off for the week, and he chooses to watch our show. Go watch that other show, Dot. Yeah, so speaking of bad media, yeah. So I don't want to sound too much like, Kyrie Irving, because I'm going to go back to Kyrie Irving. I'm on your ass, Paul.
Okay. No, you didn't.
But it's YouTube really was the elevator for Twitter bullshit. Because I remember YouTube in 2010, 2009, they had all the conspiracy theories about the Illuminati and all that shit. And then we went downhill as a society from there.
Did you ever really believe in the Illuminati?
No. Why should I?
Let me look it up real quick.
He got to look it up, the mathematics. All right, bro.
How else would I know it?
I'm memorizing it. That's all you need to do.
I've never seen John Q.
You never seen John Q?
No.
You wildin', bro. I'm surprised you never seen that.
I've seen Antoine Fisher, and I wish I didn't.
You had to see that. Some of the movies you got to see.
Understanding Cipher, all being born to understanding. See, this is what I told you a few weeks ago. This is just fortune cookie stuff. Like,
well, you being disrespectful, but you're right.
No, it's
everything. Like you talked about earlier with religion, everything is based on love. It's supposed to be based on love, like religion. Every religion, every practice is supposed to teach you about patience, love, basic principles in life.
Yeah.
That's why it was all made. But then, the white man got to it and made it evil and made it about other stuff and made it that you're going to go to hell if you don't do this and that. But everything is really based on the universal karma-based system. What you do, you will get. What you put out, you will get.
That's what I'm saying, mathematics, because I believe that more than actual like the Bible, because that makes more sense of like what goes around comes around. Has like actual weight to it than like what the Bible says to me. So I'm not trying to slander mathematics. I'm just saying like what I told you when I would like looked it up that day when Dot asked me. I'm like, to me, this is just a lot of like what I forget what the analogy I used, but basically like what is like wrong can never be right. But even when you are wrong, you can still not. Even when you are right, can be wrong, right? It's stuff like that is what I try to say.
Hey, I want you to be banned for Newark. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to be too blasphemous about Newark. I'll blast religion before Newark because I ain't trying to get blasted. But yeah, everything is just based on that. What you get, you shall get back. You tenfold, whether it's good or bad. Even though I don't believe in both. I don't believe in good and bad. because you need that. Once again, Vampire Brooklyn said that without evil, there is no good. So do evil to get
But then,
good.
as Alistair Black said, no man is truly good. No man is truly evil.
At all. Because, you know what I mean?
Well, Kevin Smith takes the piss out of religion with Dogma, as he says, and being like, as someone who was born Catholic, I do believe in God and all that, but I also do believe, like, it's also wrong that people believe in this. Like, remember what he said? Like, imagine if God said, like, you have to believe in the platypus. We would all mock. Remember, like, that's what he says in the opening. He has a whole, like, bit about that.
Can we remake Dogma?
You couldn't. That's the thing. Like, he got heat back then for that, and that was 99. Like,
but then he had like seminars about why he made that movie afterwards, or even during the press run. He gave it go back to media and it go back to whole cancel culture. He gave a whole like breakdown as to why he did it. I don't think he was just like fuck y'all. He gave a breakdown.
No, I think in a way he wasn't trying to say like religion is funny or anything like that. He was just trying to, I forget what his like weird old motive behind it. But don't feel like he has Matt Damon as Loki, like, and I mean that's more Norse mythology than like actual religion. To have Loki, the god of mischief,
that's a religion as well.
True, but it's again not like how it,
like Greek mythology is considered a religion. Like you serve all these gods, the god of thunder, Zeus.
But that's not as much anymore as it was, you know, in the AD times.
Well, I still don't. All right, yeah, we here. Fuck it. This is why.
Oh my god, my head is gonna hurt if we are gonna go like.
Yeah, hey, y'all better hit up Entertainment Weekly or somebody come on.
No, I said we still got some other. No, there's still some topics to talk about. Go on, you go on. I think you want to talk about this. Like, go on.
Hell yeah, I like talking about stuff like this. This is how this gets the people going. So no blasphemy about everything we say, but how are we still in the age of AD? So it's after Christ's death, right? First of all, I never understood why they never say after Christ's death, ACD, which is wow. But
I don't think it's after Christ. I think you are gross.
AD stand. Hold on,
like,
let me
make like sure. After something. I'm looking up. Go on.
All right. So when they say after death, so if after Christ's death or whatever, after Christ died, if we in the
I know Domini, Latin for in the year of the Lord, while BC stands for before Christ. Yeah, see, it's not after Christ's death, you stupid.
It has something to do with Christ, though, right?
Yeah, but it's not like it's not as clear as like after death, like.
But I knew coming up, it was based on some relating to Christ.
No, because it's good.
We're not saying Jesus is fired because there is no J in the Hebrew language. You know that, right? Look it up. It's Yahshua. That's his original name if you believe in a Christ figure. That's
like how the Brazilians don't say ours, so he's Hoist Gracie.
Well, Drew McIntyre apparently is Brazilian.
That's Scottish. My dad says he's Portuguese, though, remember?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how. So it's after Christ's death, but what if I'm not Christian? So I still gotta say AD. Who?
You?
Well, by force, yeah. By force, I have to be Christian. If you black, you forced to be Christian. And dinosaurs never existed, but I talked about that before. That's what I'm saying. I never believed in dinosaurs.
I mean, no, dinosaurs. That's a whole. Okay,
you know why? Because in South Central LA, right?
No,
it's the Science Museum.
Okay.
They had the fucking dinosaur exhibit there. How the fuck did dinosaurs get on Figueroa and 57?
Stuff like I know you were about to go with like
how the fuck dinosaurs on Figueroa?
You gonna see a fucking pterodactyl on Rodeo Drive? No. Like,
yeah, well, you gotta eat all them motherfuckers.
You gotta, is a triceratops storming through Florence and Normandy? No.
Like, bro, the motherfuckers gonna shoot.
It's like John Mulaney's bit about getting lost in New York. It's a grid system. How can you get lost in New York? You go 11 up and 3 to the left. Like,
it's very easy to get lost in New York. Extremely. I get lost all the time. And Google Maps don't help. Get on the 8 train, 1, 2, 3.
That's
go
because
down.
Maps driving the car.
No, it's just scary to drive in the car with Math. Even though he's a great driver.
I'm weird. I'm a good driver. Good driver.
He actually is a good driver.
No,
I just get tired of listening to fucking Lost Boys all day, but that's besides the point. Come around my way. Come around my way. No, please, no. Can we please change to Saw Baby and stuff? You don't know who Saw Baby is. Don't even worry about it. Like him and Dot be listening to that Scared of Hoes music. Like I only can listen to that every so often.
Okay. What did we say about that?
But I gotta remember they old and they married, so they could listen to shit like that. Like I only can listen to it in increments. All right. I gotta have some type of youth, even though my hairline is 65, the same age as Dot and Math. I gotta have some type of youth to myself. So I listen to Side Baby. I listen to Uzi Vert. Okay. Who you think gonna be remembered as time progresses? Like, let's say if the Earth is here the next 20 years, which I doubt, but let's say the Earth is here 20 plus years. All right. Mm-hmm. Who you think gonna be remembered more, Drake or Jesus?
That's a tough one.
Lie to me and say it's gonna be Jesus. No blasphemy, everybody.
No, it ain't gonna be him.
It's gonna be Drake or Bad Bunny.
What are you trying to
say? No,
Beyonce.
Anyway? Beyonce gonna out. She gonna be.
Well, that's different. What are you trying to say in a way, like in terms of like significance or like?
Yes, because people start. Yeah. Because people my age and around your age, we the only ones that's keeping Pac alive. And big. Well, more so Pac.
But Jesus has lived forever. That's why, again, wars were fought.
Yeah, but that's eventually the war. Damn, we get into some real shit.
No, that's why. No, like, so again, he actually will live on forever because that's why they fucking like the Crusades happened and all that. My God, Jesus and all that would versus what, again, the people in Jerusalem believed or whatever one was wrong. The Catholics, again, had their own interpretation that's carried on through centuries and centuries. Again, why did we have the fucking pioneers and all that? This is our God, Jesus. Like,
you could only poison people with information at this point. And that's something else.
That's the entire history of time in a way.
Yeah. So as time progressed and we get like, honestly, Tupac is living more so through streaming, second, and then social media, number one. Because like every now and then,
the joke side of it, again, everything's a joke with the whole Jada Pinkett part of it. That's more so why Tupac's still relevant in a way. And besides that, people say he's overrated due to his lack of albums or like key albums.
But eventually that's going to be the part of history they're going to know more. They're going to start digging up people saying that about him. And then they're going to listen to music and be like, you're right. So the thing is with religion
that's everything.
Yeah, no, you're right. So at this point in our life right now, like the young people, like it's young people that's asking about Jesus. You feel me? Like, who is this? When I was coming up, you had to go to church or else you get your ass beat.
Well, now you're getting to the part of again why atheists are the way they are, like agnostics. Again, like show me a picture of Jesus, like an actual picture, like a photograph. Like you can't just a drawing, but you can show me a picture of Tupac, so I can believe what I can see. If we're only in life supposed to believe what we can see with our own eyes, right? Versus like what we are supposed to be feeling or what we are taught to feel. That's the whole other dynamic, and I think that's why atheists are the way they are. With how can I believe in something that I haven't seen exist or that can't be shown to me exists? Again, a man walking on water or turning water into wine, like, and creating what? Fish and bread? Like, how am I supposed to believe that versus a human being I've seen live and die?
Well, the thing is, too, with pot, eventually them YouTube videos might be scrapped because there's a lot of them that scrapped other than the performances. So it's going back to what I said about the Twitter conversations. People might just go back and look at his performances and be like, damn, he wasn't that good. They might say that.
I think that is the thing of why people in a way were beef. I mean, like, unless something happens to keep him alive, that's the thing. Again, with Watchmen, they had the whole Black Wall Street thing. That was a story that people had probably known at a time, but until it was forgotten. And then creating the show, they brought that back to life. And there are now how many books, podcasts, and shows, documentaries telling the story of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So something like that. That's how stuff, like you said, will kind of recycle its way through life. But that's everything too. This is why I know you say something like a promo, but this is why MJF was spitting when he said, I'll come back, or like in 5 years from now, people say, you know who's actually a good wrestler? MJF, because that's the life cycle of things. You'll shit on him now for not being a good wrestler, but then change your opinion 5 years later. And that's the thing with everyone and anyone. It's the whole I was wrong about this, or I'm right about this now. Like people who love Bray Wyatt then will be like, Bray Wyatt's shitty now, or something like that. You know, like Bray Wyatt was never good. Again, like, you know, dumb fucks just like Bray Wyatt never had classics. It's like, Bray Wyatt's had some good matches. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like,
just because talk about that.
No, that's just, I'm saying that's just thing about the life cycle of like, I'm gonna say I'm right now by saying y'all are wrong to be right about this and that. And that's why we have, and we'll always have, debate shows, whether it's about politics, religion, sports, entertainment, etc.
It's the bald head guy theory. The bald head guy theory is a podcaster that shall remain nameless here, but it's the whole thing of, you know, me and Dot be having conversations about him. He can't admit when he's wrong, and he's wrong a lot. But when he right, and he'll tell you he right. That's but that's where we're going in life. People can't admit when they're wrong, or people can't admit their failures. We're going to a point in life now where people are going to be like, no, I was right about, you know, religion. I was right about this. I was right about Drake. I was right about whatever. So the information that these kids are going to get is digital. And if it's a prominent figure, like, let's say a Mark Zuckerberg or somebody like that, the one percenters are now like the whole, I was about to say a term I wouldn't say here, but it's the E term, which isn't a bad term, but it's just like, I don't want to sound like that. I don't want to use a Kyrie Irving term, but it's the whole point of these one percenters, be it famous or not, more so famous, they're the new religion. Like Rihanna dropped a beautiful song, but motherfuckers was like, oh, you making a song?
Heard it just because I want to see it in the context of the movie. That's why I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. It's a great song, but she made it for somebody who everybody said rest in peace for. Now they saying the song is bad. Wait a minute, motherfucker. She made this song for somebody that passed on due to unfortunate circumstances, and it's a dedication. That's where we're getting in life, where it's like, fuck the message. It's about the messenger. Mm-hmm. Like when people preach, it's like, fuck the message. It's about the messenger. Like when people talk about pastors and shit like that, we talked about them in the beginning, but now we're getting to a point where the quote is more powerful than the person. And it's like, all right, cool. Or the person is more powerful than the quote. So with her, because people were just happy she made music for the first time in 6 years. Yeah. You could have made a song about bananas. People probably would have made, you know what I mean, a meme about it, a GIF or whatever. And then, but wait, you wanted her to come back and make music. So it's like, y'all not happy about anything. So she made a song
that's the other side of it. Yeah.
Going up for. It's like y'all motherfuckers just don't have no type of compassion. It's just like, give me what I want. The Dave Bautista meme, give me what I want. I don't care. And then if I don't like it, even though I was waiting for you to come back, I don't fuck with you. It's the whole reason why K-Dot said, I am not your savior, because motherfuckers wanted you to come back. Then I did what you want, but now you don't like the product. So that's where we're getting in life too. It's all about the messenger and not the message.
Yeah, and there's that part where maybe we're at the reception of this is why everyone's like, see, this is why I don't put anything out now. Because either their standards are way too high, which she's built up because she's Rihanna. I'm not saying that's her fault. It's when you become one of the biggest stars in the world, like everything you're supposed to be doing is supposed to be great. Like nothing you can do is going to please everyone. But someone did have a great tweet where because Pitchfork apparently hated the song, but like if Taylor Swift made that song, they'd be calling it the song of the decade, blah, blah, blah. And again, that shows everyone's bias, which I always say. And that goes from wrestling and all that, where you pro AEW, anti WWE, pro WWE, anti AEW, and that's what I'm like, you can find the balance in things. I try to always find the balance. And that's what I'm smart enough to understand that. And I don't think other people will, because those people still lie and again won't admit when they're right and won't admit when they're wrong, but only will admit when they're right. Like I had said in my first episode with Black Ross, I'm like, I think that Dominic Mysterio match against Seth Rollins is going to be better than Adam Cole, Pat McAfee. And then after it happened, I'm like, wow, the Pat McAfee match was the better match, and I was shocked by it. And now we see years later that Dominic Mysterio hasn't been what we thought he would be. But again, there's reasons to that. But and as much as but it's also like as much as I don't like Pat McAfee, I'm like, yeah, that's a good match, and he's capable of having good matches. I don't have to be a fan to say like he can do good work. It's that thing. Everything has to be the worst when you hate it, blah blah blah, and that's what we'll get into in a way where like James Gunn this week was announced as the head of DC in terms of its content going forward. Him and his producer Peter Safran. And I had tweeted because this is how I feel about it. Like it's funny how the guy who made Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which people say is a bad movie, a bad sequel, and one of the bad movies in the MCU, I enjoy it a lot, and I'm one of the few people who enjoy it. But the irony that this man is now the savior for DC is hilarious to me. And that's the only kind of form of tribalism I will find myself in about going to war with one side because I'm rooting for the other. I am pro MCU and very anti DCEU, and that's why I'm like gloating that this man has to come over to the other side to now save them from all the shit they've done wrong, like Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman 84, and trying to do all these shows and now connect them together. Like they're doing Aquaman 2 and bringing Ben Affleck back. Like it's so fucking scatterbrained and like this is happening. They had to bring back Henry Cavill because The Rock said he signed to my company. Make this man Superman again. He had it. He did. And
no, that was just hilarious. You don't know what you did right there.
Oh, I know. The Rock said.
Yeah.
The Rock said Henry Cavill is gonna be Superman.
Bring your monkey ass over here. The $7 Productions. That's
well, and because of that, the side note is that Henry Cavill said, "I'm splitting from The Witcher for the next season," and they got Liam Hemsworth, who I'm trying to think of like what situation is similar. I mean, because Henry Cavill isn't like a star quarterback, but Liam Hemsworth is definitely like the backup quarterback. Like, shit, we're not gonna win any games with this guy. Like,
yeah, he said, "I am ecstatic to be here. I'm a fan."
Liam Hemsworth is it's funny. He's definitely like a McCown brother. Like those guys come in the game like, we're fucked.
Yeah, because it's like, did y'all think about anybody else other than him, or is it just like, he's a fan, let's go with him?
He's not even. They all have to say they're a fan of stuff like this. Like,
I believe he might be actually a fan of.
No, it's just like when Channing Tatum had to say, like, I'm a fan of Gambit and all that. Like, how many hardcore Gambit fans out there? Like, you're being told what to say to please the fans. That way, they're not riled up on the internet about like he doesn't know nothing, or she doesn't know anything about the character. Blah blah blah. Like, they're doing.
That's one of the good things that come out of Hollywood is that movie actually never came out.
I was looking forward to that movie, even though it was going to be directed by. No, I think Doug Liman had stepped down, thankfully, because Doug Liman. But at one point, I think Doug Liman was attached, and then Rupert Wyatt was as well. But I was looking forward. Again, I'm a Channing Tatum fan, so I mean, I think it would have been good as Gambit.
Did you see the dog movie?
No, that movie wasn't made for me in particular. Because again, I'm not going to watch a movie where the man, like the love interest, is the dog. I'm not into that.
Somebody's favorite podcaster in this chat love dogs.
I like dogs too. What do you mean?
Not in that way.
I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I mean. Like it's this dog is helping this man become a better person compared to like rom-coms are built that same formula.
It's a lot of bitches that help men become better. Go ahead.
But James Gunn, I mean, funny enough, like it happens the same week as Guardians of the Galaxy. Their Christmas special dropped, which looks okay. That's funny that they actually got Kevin Bacon to show up for this. Like, I assume it's probably like an hour special, but it also made sense because I think I read something this week where Kevin Bacon lost some money. Apparently he lost a good amount of his fortune in the Bertie Madoff Ponzi scheme. So it made, and that's again like late 2000s. So it made sense why he was doing X-Men First Class and R.I.P.D. My man was taking jobs to make some money back. So him taking this MCU check to not be a full-time character, but to be himself is actually pretty good. It fits in the context of Peter Quill being a Kevin Bacon fan with the whole like, it's this badass guy. He shows up in town. Kevin Bacon. Like, but what do you think about James Gunn being the savior of DC, given how Peacemaker's probably our show of the year?
I think it's great. That's all I can say. I think he's gonna help them do that cartoonish type thing. I did before we move on. I did like the whole Guardians of the Galaxy movie Christmas special. I like the.
Oh, you like that teaser?
Yeah, I
about
like
them and
I don't like Krima,
Walk of Fame.
Yeah, I don't like Krima, but I do like that. You feel me? I fucking hate Christmas, but that's besides the point. James Gunn being the head of DC Paws, that's cool. Hey man, we got 3 years left to the Batman. Come on, I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's the thing. It almost seemed poised for Matt Reeves to be that guy that he's, I think, solely invested in just the Batman and the Rogues Gallery of the Batman. Which again, like, I'm just like, I don't want this. No offense, I like Colin Farrell a lot. I don't want to see this Penguin show. I don't want to see whatever they're going to try to do with Clayface or whoever else they might try to bring up. Like James Gunn, at least, I think will be able to fix characters that they've gotten wrong, or finally introduce characters that they've been meaning to introduce, like Static Shock, Green Lantern, any version of Green Lantern, because there was a rumor that Walter Hamada had scrapped the Jon Stewart version of Green Lantern they had planned of doing.
Now they're doing it.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, the Jon Stewart Green Lantern cartoon, the movie that's on HBO Max, is fire.
And there's so many other characters that DC can do. But it's still stuck in a way because I think James Gunn will probably have to like recognize, or I don't want to say acknowledge because it's the Roman Reigns thing, but like Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam. I think Dwayne Johnson will own that character and what he wants to do with it, given how it made its money. Even though again he said like this isn't going to be connected to Zach Levi's Shazam, but it's like,
which is stupid.
Like, do you not know how this character works?
Right.
But what do I say about The Rock? He's a dumb bitch. So like,
he's a dumb bitch. It's hilarious.
So that's why I'm not entirely shocked, but it'll be interesting to see. Obviously,
I told you who's gonna beat your ass. Keep disrespecting her pops.
But it'll be interesting to see what he does, and he obviously needs 4 or 5 years to actually make a difference in terms of like what movies and shows I should say they're going to put in production, because it's all of it. It's movies, TV, animation. And
they're gonna have to give him a lot of smack if he's doing all that shit.
I think he'll be stepping away from the MCU, and Kevin Feige said I'll be the first in line to see whatever he does, which is, I think it's also like him doing that. Yeah, it's also him doing like the "You're my brother, Fredo."
Or it could be like the Fast Five. See you down the road, or whatever Rock said. See you soon.
Well, let's not forget the rumors that Dave Bautista wants to be done after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
He's 53, of course.
And Chris Pratt has lost his luster as like the comedic leading man he was 5 years ago. So
he was comedic?
Yeah, we're not doing that. Come on.
No, I'm serious. In what way? What do you think? I'm funny? In what way? You're not funny.
He was good in the first two Guardians, and he was good in Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World. He was great on Parks and Rec. He's not funny anymore.
Same shit all these other blockbuster comedic actors do. The white boys scream, repeat, talk cool, get the girl, scream, repeat.
That's what Brendan Fraser did. You ain't saying
because it's Brendan Fraser. That's why.
You're not just because you like Encino Man.
Yeah, because it's fucking a masterpiece. That's why. And the Mummy. That's why. Am I wrong? You want to tell me that I'm wrong?
Yeah.
How? Lie to me right now and say you don't like the Mummy 1 and 2.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Encino Man
was good.
Well, you're too young to see Encino Man.
I ain't seen Encino Man.
Because
I'll never see it.
Because you're too young. He don't know better. That's what I'm saying. This is why people go forget about Jesus. Because of you.
Oh my God.
Y'all youth. Y'all fucking kids that ain't seen Encino Man. I tell you what, I don't want to be in a world where people forget about Encino Man. I don't want to be in that world. That's not my reality. I know reality is often disappointing, but I don't want to be disappointed in that way.
Are you done?
Go ahead, talk your shit.
No, are you done? I'm saying you don't want to be on. I'm saying you don't want to be in a world with these youth, but you be on TikTok, right?
Every now and then, yeah. To see the scallywags.
Anyway, but no, James Gunn, again, he's the right choice because obviously Zack Snyder was the wrong choice. And everyone at DC has seen it.
No, don't give it to Zack Snyder.
No, say it.
No, they can't make him in charge. He gonna make everything like fucking morbid.
He was in charge. That's why they're in the position they're in now, where they have to go and get fucking James Gunn.
He would have made Static Shock like go through oppression and all type of police brutality and shit. Like, dog, nah, can we just like have fun right now?
What's the topic you want to talk about? Oh, hang on real quick.
Who going to hell? This person?
Speaking again, Henry Cavill, he's back as Superman as we talked about last week. As you watched Black Adam, I didn't.
And he keep hitting us over the head with the pause. He keeps saying it every day, bro. We know, we understand. Cool. Hooray.
Well, that's again probably why he's leaving The Witcher. I know you like the show, right?
Yeah, I love it. I love the video game too.
So that's why season 3 was already in the can, saying he won't be coming back to the next season, which is season 4. And now he'll be in a new movie from my Guy Ritchie, called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which also is going to star our girl, Isa Gonzalez. So will you be seeing this movie?
Absolutely. You said the name right there.
It's a World War II movie about the British and the certain fighting techniques they used to fight the Nazis.
No, never mind. I'll pass. They do this every year.
It's going to be produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, who, again, is on a roll after Top Gun Maverick. And I'd kind of say Bad Boys for Life.
See, even Zell agree with me.
Zell don't know shit, all right?
All right, when he hit you over the head with them damn cups.
Nah, he's seen me working out. He's getting scared.
Brother, the man is from Baltimore. They don't really talk.
Fuck Zell, because a couple weeks ago, Zell said, I like my women like I like my coffee. Just a little bit of milk in it.
Oh, I said that too.
Yeah. Do you remember in Dallas when you and Fam said, like, what kind of woman I'm going to marry?
Go ahead. We're about to start shooting. I'm up here doing the Arthur Morgan.
What kind of woman do you think? I forgot. What kind of woman did you think I was going to marry?
Same type I married, because I've been.
Because I think Eve said Asian.
Oh, well, Asian women love y'all. So, yeah, that's a given.
I think Fam might have said a black woman. Yeah. What about you? What did you say?
A wench.
Okay. Because I think in the context, like, and I said, like, they should open, like, you guys, you, Rogzel, whoever, should start a pool. And our guys, Eve and Manny, are doing some gambling content. I think they should get it on it as well. They should open a pool for the ethnicity of the woman I'm going to marry. Well, also,
how about you just get some bitches, bro? Don't be like this one podcast.
No, but while also taking bets for the eventual race we'll have. Because Eve said neither of us are going to be are beating each other in a race. He said, you're cooked, and I'm going to tear an Achilles in the shoes I'm wearing.
First of all, he from New York. I ain't never seen a New York person run in my life, all right? Name me some New York football players that's from New York. That's wideouts.
Well, now you make
wideouts or running backs. Hell, give me a cornerback.
I'm trying.
They don't run. All they do
I'm like Jimmy Neutron. Think. Like,
yeah. Like, bruh, with them, bruh, New York people don't fucking run. All they do is walk and eat sandwiches all day and drink Arizona and hookah. Them motherfuckers not in shape. Eve is 6'2".
What about all the great points coming from New York?
I love you, Eve, but you ain't beating nobody in the foot rate. You what?
All the great point guards that come from New York.
They locked up.
Okay, don't do that.
What you want? What you talk? They all 5'9". They all got handles. I ain't never seen Sebastian Telfair do a fucking full court press other than when he was at this fucking summer league at the Rucker. That's it. I ain't never seen no New York person run. As a person that be in New York often.
When you go back, challenge someone to a race. I dare you.
Light work. I'll beat a Dominican, bro, with one fucking leg, God. Bro.
Here we go.
Tied behind my other leg. I'm gonna trip like a motherfucker, but still. I ain't never seen Dominican run. Motherfucker, hey, if I snatch his hookah, that motherfucker
Okay.
ponytail will be flapping in the
No.
wind like this. I definitely could beat him. Take that motherfucker hookah. Hey, get like hey, yeah.
No, not the Quebec.
Stop smoking. That motherfucker ponytail highlights. If it's a Puerto Rican, that motherfucker knife gonna fly 20 feet. Motherfucker. That shit gonna be like boomerang.
No, I just think I got you in a race. Even though my knees are cut.
Yeah, wait, hold on. He said
Saquon
ain't got no fucking Achilles. He was quads more than fucking Triple H. I ain't scared of Saquon. I'm talking shit.
No. Put that off the screen. No.
Ray Rice and
No. What's the topic you got to talk about? Come on.
Blueface and Ray Rice.
No. We are ending the show. That was this week's episode. No.
No, I could beat. I'm Dustin. Look, I got challenged by a hashtag great woman. You feel me? In a foot race.
She said she could beat you in a race?
She said easy. I fucking doubt it.
I think you would lose that race on purpose, though, too.
Shit. What?
Yeah.
I don't lose shit. Never lost. LeVar Ball.
That's a damn lie.
Never lost. I ain't losing shit.
That's
the only way she might go ahead and take the plunge if I'm racing to the damn stove. Oh God, please let some entertainment news come up this week.
No, there's with
the Ant-Man. Hold on. I got him. Who? No, we not. Go tell him right now. Go at him right now, Ken. Go at him right now. He cannot beat me in no race. Set it up. Thanksgiving Day. We do it Thanksgiving Day.
Oh my God.
Set it up.
I'm gonna no race. I don't know. I'm just picturing
everybody here at Sky High Eve and tell him he can't.
I'm just picturing Eve racing you and talking to you like, what you gonna do, Banks?
We're right here about to be racing
and running and talking shit.
All the fitted hats he got on, hell no.
Then he's gonna do the Deion Sanders. No, the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, yeah.
That trailer did a great job of not showing us what we wanted, in a way. We got 10 seconds of King of the Conqueror?
That was good enough.
However, it did show they're really in fucking trouble. For the past 3 months, we've been speculating on Jonathan Majors because of the Comic-Con write-ups of the trailer, then that leaked version, and then Jonathan Majors did the photo shoot for Men's Health, and then the Creed 3 trailer came out, and then finally we got to see him in this movie. And what makes it worse is that he's so soft-spoken. It's like, yeah, you're fucked. When the villain's like, can you help me, Ant-Man? It's like, oh shit. You better run when someone starts talking to you like that. That is the biggest warning sign of run, bitch. Or shrink, bitch.
And then what did he say too? He said, have I killed you before?
Well, that's in the other two. He didn't say that in this one, but yeah, in the leaked footage about him being an Avenger. But what did you think of this trailer?
Sensational. I'm ready for the movie right now.
I mean, we're only a few months away. I mean, we're only a few weeks away from Wakanda Forever, which I've been trying to avoid seeing anything
a week
about away. That. No, it's two, right? 2 or 3.
No, the 11th is a week from now, brother. Time is slipping away from me.
Time keeps on slipping.
Yeah, we a week away. I got to get my ticket still.
Into the future.
Yeah,
I got my ticket. Yeah.
Well, your movie theater ain't gonna sell out so much.
Why is that?
Because you already know the white people going, can you keep it down? Fucking Wakanda forever.
Nah, I saw it on the Thursday night and it was packed.
I know but the black people about to be up. You remember the videos of people barbecuing in the theaters?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I know that was in Oakland. I know for sure that was in Oakland.
Well, I mean, You gotta represent your own, Ryan Coogler.
That's what I'm about to say. That might have been his people moving to rent out the theater. But yeah, I remember that shit vividly.
My people as well.
Go ahead and do it one time.
Ain't all, as Killmonger said, ain't you the king of Wakanda? So ain't all people your people?
Bro, well, if Wakanda was a real place, I'd be fucking Charleston White.
Fuck you, Beta. You ain't trying to say I don't want to see that movie. Get the fuck out of here. What you got?
He don't want to see it. He don't watch movies, bro. All he watches Packer replays. That's it.
No wonder.
Packer highlights.
This man rather see basically, a hidden white supremacist in Aaron Rodgers and fucking watch this movie.
No, he just Kyrie Irving with a fucking mullet.
Nah, I ain't trusting.
What
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers definitely looks like sneaky racist. Again, he's from a certain part of California where I wouldn't be surprised. It's like,
Hey, if you get the one with the little button-ups, that will be fire. The little Michael Jackson joint that T'Challa be wearing, the Captain Crunch looking joint with the little badge.
Why do y'all keep trying to get me in trouble again? Zell was the one who photoshopped a kufi onto me 2 years ago. Like, damn, I still have that. I still have that. Like, Zell, again, see this? Fuck you, Zell. Like,
that's how you gonna get your queen. You feel me?
That's how.
Yeah, that's how you get your winch queen. You just have her do this. What's the name from Abbott Elementary? She'll definitely go for you. Just do this with her. You like that? Yeah, I like this. This shit.
Whoa.
I'm the Osiris of this shit. Yeah, we're gonna go to church today.
But I'm looking forward to it. Again, it's Paul Rudd, one of my favorite actors. And just the way that the quantum realm looks, like they're almost kind of going Star Wars with it, with like the different parts of it and all the different creatures and all. I don't know much about the quantum realm and the comics. Again, our good guys, friends at a Black Variant, hit them up, their podcast, if you want to get the real in-depth look of comics and all that. They'll be better experts. But this, as a movie, I'm looking forward to. Again, the gang's all there with Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, Evangeline Lilly, and they replaced the daughter with Catherine Newton, who's a good actress. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Again, it'll be a week or two before my birthday's when it comes out. So,
it does come out with fish season. That's fire.
No, I think that's still technically what's the sign after your sign? I forget.
My sign.
Yeah,
you don't know my December, sign, motherfucker. I'm June.
No, your birthday's around Christmas.
No, but I'm whatever June sign is, and this ain't the astrology talk because we ain't got no women here. It's for the bitches, but
Oh, now you don't want to be doing astrology talk.
Not with a grown man. Absolutely not, bro. You think I'm Meek Mill? Yeah, that's another fish. Name more.
Yeah. You kind of you give Meek Mill vibes.
In what way? I can actually read to a certain
every way.
No, I don't have no waves. And I never tried to break dance for fucking Robert Kraft. Let me relax. There might be some people from Philly watching this. I don't know. I don't even think Philly care about Meek Mill no more.
Yeah, I'm trying to. What did you want to talk about before we get to NBA talk? Your weekly NBA segment.
My weekly NBA segment. How I want this fucking. I'm about to wild out. How I want them to fucking. I know Full Breeze. I don't want these motherfuckers on my team, but that's besides the point.
Who?
We'll get to it with the Bulls. No, I can't talk about that here. What else is going on? Ain't shit else going on, man. Oh, fucking! Why do I gotta buy shit for Krima? Because I gotta start.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Well, no, we not. Because by then I'm gonna be fucking upset because I didn't spend all my money.
That's why we'll get to it then.
Oh no, I'm gonna cut a full promo.
Y'all go full words. Grinch Banks. You're a mean one, Mr. Banks.
That's actually my favorite holiday movie. Besides,
I'm not fucking surprised.
Home Alone and Die Hard.
That's your Christmas trifecta?
Yeah. Die Hard, a Christmas movie.
No, I know it is. But like Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey one or the cartoon?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I like the Jim Carrey.
What's your favorite Halloween movie or horror movie?
Oh yeah, let's talk about Halloween. I like Halloween. Why Did I Get Married?
I mean, in a way, it is a horror movie. I've never seen it, but I know what you mean. And Marriage is a horror movie.
It's true. If you want to talk about that, I can't. So
you can't because,
why?
We talked about it yesterday a little bit,
It ain't got nothing to do with me.
I know, I'm just saying.
Muppets Christmas Carol's hilarious. I ain't seen that in a minute. No, so my favorite, ironically, that woman, Pressure being Jade Cargill, she was like, what's a good Halloween movie? And I think I tweeted fucking Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I was like, I know she read this shit. She wanted
ironically, I see Zell's comment. There was, 2 Medea horror movies? Boo, right?
Fuck the horror movies. The regular ones are scary.
Okay, calm down. Just because.
Did you see the one with Michael Ealy? It wasn't Medea in it. That one Tyler Perry with Michael Ealy in it, and then Whoopi Goldberg, Great Wench, the Goat Wench. You never seen that? It's Whoopi Goldberg as Michael Ealy. So Michael Ealy, I don't know if he was possessed by the devil or some shit. I'm not joking. Oh, fucking Janet Jackson was in it as well.
Was that for Other Girls, or is that?
I don't. Let me look it up. But I know Ghost was in it. I ain't calling you Amari. You Ghost was in it.
Okay. Have you seen he's got this movie coming out with where he's an NFL star and like his daughter gets to control him? Like it's a like Mike type movie, but about football. He's playing a running back for the Falcons. I watched the trailer for it last night when I woke up this morning, I should say, when you fucking woke me up.
Wait, sir. Phrase that.
When I woke up at 3 a.m. and then I saw your text, I'm like, now I'm awake because this man sent some bullshit. I sent you the Vince McMahon because that was me. Like,
yeah, my bad, y'all. It was fantasy football.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to look it up. I'm not watching this fucking trailer. He played for the Hawks, the Falcons.
No, the Falcons, yeah.
Yeah, play for the Falcons. Hey, bro, put him out there right now. He the best player in history.
They beat us, so they've been doing all right.
Here we go. Look, Tristan got it for Color Girls.
I said that.
I didn't hear you. I don't pay attention to anything you said. Anyhow.
All right, now I'm leaving.
Who was in this shit, bro?
A lot of actresses. I never saw that one. I've only seen a few Tyler Perry movies.
Don't watch it.
I told you, I've seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I've seen Daddy's Little Girls.
Daddy's Little Girl was fire. I can't help it.
Because that man was putting Idris Elba through hell in that movie. He was beating his ass. I'm like, fight back. Like,
that's what I was saying too. I'm like, damn, bro, why you keep getting your ass beat in front of your kids? That's embarrassing. You embarrass me.
That's probably the only ones. Yeah. I only seen a few clips of I Can Do Bad by Myself. And T-Rex Pennebaker was like abusing Taraji P. Henson. I'm like, I don't want to see this. Nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah, for girl, damn, they had a little cast in this motherfucker. Kerry Washington. For Color Girls, Kerry Washington, Tessa Thompson, Tandy Newton, Kimberly Ellis, who was Pressure. Damn, they had some people in this motherfucker. Yeah, so all I remember is 2 things from that. Janet Jackson cutting a promo. I was actually gonna do a watch along today, but I said we can't. So Janet Jackson cut the promo on Ghost because he was you feel me, in the range.
Isn't that from the Why Did I Get Married?
Nah, it was for Color Girls. I remember seeing vividly because she had that fucking Babs haircut, as I used to call it, the fucking Halle Berry type do. I remember that, and she was like crying, and she looked like Mike, and she was just saying like, "So you the one doing the bucket or something?"
That's not from.
No, that's from Color Girls.
Oh,
because this fucking movie was just like strange. It was weird because it was that, and then Michael Ealy was taking babies and dropping them off balconies. So Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, a year after Mike died. Get it? Shit, bad timing. It's a bad time, Bob. I'm telling you, this is what happened in the movie. See? That's what I'm saying. And that was the same. It was just a cluster.
She said, so you had another man bend you over. He said, "Nah, it ain't like that." And it's just, oh, so you be doing the bend? Because we talked about this last week with the Mike Myers video of him in the closet going like
yeah, it was just like weird. It was like, why is this going on? Like Whoopi Goldberg was like mentally abusing somebody too. It was just a bunch of like, why is this needed, dog? Like he makes some of the greatest horror movies ever. Fuck like Wes Craven. He make the
I was
most
about to say,
scariest movies.
do you believe in movies like that? Like I say, Gone Girl is a legit horror movie. I've said it again, like if I'm 6'3", handsome Ben Affleck, and I get framed for my wife's murder, that's a horror movie. Knowing that she's alive the whole time and I definitely didn't do it. Like that's a horror movie.
That happened to white dudes all the time, though.
No, because Scott Peterson, every white guy has legit killed his wife that's ever been convicted, yeah. Or been on trial, I should say.
You said the name, damn. That's almost.
That's what the movie's about, because he's supposed to look like Scott Peterson. Like,
no, that was we talked about it before. That was on fucking.
Why Did I Get Married Too?
Yeah, but you can't find it on the internet. Like we had to go through hell to look for that. Live.
I put that on my fucking Summer Jam screen to show Eve as well, because he didn't believe it either. And I said, no, this shit exists. He said, nah. I'm like, I'll put on HBO Max right now and show y'all.
It's just scrap from the internet. It's weird.
You know why?
Yeah, his wife wasn't in the movie.
Nah, because he's only Samoan,
Yeah, it's true too. I like the fact that he keeps
fight me, Rock.
He's trying to.
I ain't running.
That's gonna be, bro. That fight. Never mind. We got to go through them. We got to go through the Usis. I ain't got it, bro. I'm just gonna throw some Hennessy bottles at them. That'd be all right. Not directly at them. Just throw it on the ground. Just slide it to them. There you go. Mission accomplished.
Hey, I got
a fifth right here.
I got a truck full of Hennessy with your name on it. Like,
you want to feel Uzi right now? Come over here.
Say word, son. Say word. Like,
right. The one with the red hair gonna be flapping in the wind. Fucking the hair color gonna match the eye color after 10 minutes. Like, hey, big fella, you might want to drink some water behind that.
I don't want no problems.
That shit was not scary, Rome, compared to the motherfucking Tyler Perry movies. I will sit in the dark.
Hills Have Eyes scared me when I was a kid. Skeleton Key, my mom was watching that when I was like in the other room, and that shit was freaking me out a little bit. But I've said before as a kid, like I was scared. I was like legit a scaredy cat as a kid when it came to horror movies.
You still are.
Not so much now. I just think they're stupid.
No, you're scared of reality.
That's different though. That's real. That's real fucking life.
Hey man. I could watch The Exorcist in the dark. I can't watch some Tyler Perry movies in the light.
Okay, come on.
I'm not fucking.
And I'm the one who's scared.
Have you not seen fucking Madeir's family reunion?
No.
Exactly. So you don't know what you're talking about.
No, wait. Which one was Derek Luke in with Keisha Knight Pullum? I seen that one. Is that Madea Goes to Jail or is that
That shit was petrifying.
I've seen that one.
That's a holiday for Tyler Perry, so.
No. I've seen a few, but I haven't seen, yeah.
Hey,
do you remember when he...
Go ahead. And
no, go ahead. No, say it.
You ever seen Paul Mooney's bit, speaking of prison, you ever seen Paul Mooney's bit about him and Richard Pryor going to see The Exorcist?
No.
That shit was fucking hilarious because when that movie came out, like Sean just said, that shit had the world on fire.
Yeah.
Like, people said churches were selling out like it was a fucking Kanye event. Like they said, bro, churches were filled. So Paul Mooney talked about how him and Richard Pryor went to go see The Exorcist. You feel me? They probably jumped out the back of a stretch limo.
What do you say? Like, this bitch's head was spinning and she was throwing up all over the place.
Yeah, they said they ran out the premiere. They said they didn't know what the movie was about. Because remember, that's around the time if you catch a trailer going to see a movie, you'll catch it. If not, you just got to hear
and that
word of mouth.
I think that's before French Connection. So that might have been like, again, William Friedkin's big debut or big break was Exorcist. Because then he goes on to do French Connection, To Live and Die in LA, a bunch of other films.
Mm-hmm. So he talked about how they went to the movie to the premiere. They had no idea what it was. and they just watched the movie, and then they said like literally like when she started doing the whole gimmick in the beginning, they said they ran.
They said
Ran
nope.
out there. Yeah.
That's what you've heard the story about Quentin Tarantino saying that Wes Craven left his screen, like one of the first screens he had about Reservoir Dogs, and he's like, the guy who made Last House on the Left left my movie. And it's probably like he left after the ear cutting scene. And you know, the Last House on the Left is a woman getting raped and then the family seeking revenge. Like, so Quentin Tarantino's like, of all people to leave during my movie, the guy who made that movie left. It's like I think David Cronenberg had said once that Martin Scorsese was scared to meet him because he like Scorsese had seen David Cronenberg's movies and they had freaked him out, and David Cronenberg was like, aren't you the guy who made the stomping on Billy Bat scene in Goodfellas? Like, what, like, and my movies gross you out when you made one of the most violent scenes ever filmed when they fucking bats just like
A-Town stomped the shit out of him.
Yeah, like again, it's the thing. Well, Scorsese had that inherent, again, Catholic guilt about like, you know, no sex in his movies. He always felt bad about like the violence and blood, but like that's what sells movies. So he would just do like his penance efforts, like, you know,
bruh. So, all right. So this gets us into something else as far as the conversation piece. It's art, you know, depicting reality. So you would believe a bunch of 5'1" Italians and some little fucking size 5 Stacey Adams.
I'm sorry, I got blood on your floor.
Just stomping out somebody. You could.
And he looks at him like that's what you're worried about, like.
Yeah, the floor in them nice ass shoes. I ain't stopping nobody else with no Stacey Adams. So I'll believe that. I'm not gonna believe a fucking bitch rolling her head in the back, you know what I mean, doing all this shit. Even though I want to meet a woman that can make her head roll in the back like this, but you know what I mean, I'm not gonna believe that. It's some goddamn goo coming out her mouth. I want to meet a woman that can make goo
that's
come
how.
out.
I mean,
let's continue.
You can put the goo in the mouth and it can still come out. Like,
huh? How do we make that work?
Remember what they said in Clerks?
No. What did they say?
In the first Clerks, remember his girlfriend, when she says that she's like 37 dicks, and he's like, "What?"
Lightning brother.
And then she said one of the guys likes to have it spat back in his mouth after.
Hey, all right, y'all. So versus Davis, this is a good week. I'm fucking out.
No, she's remember it was like.
No. Not on FCC Airways.
Yeah,
bro.
Sean, remember he's like 37, and she's like, keep it down. He's like, what? You just told me you suck 37 dicks. She's like, so, and it's super full of them. He's like, yeah, snowballing. My bad. I thought it was snowballing, but yeah, it's like
it's all bad balling. All right.
And then like he says, like the guy who comes in next, like, my girlfriend just told me she's like 37 dicks, and the guy's like, in a row, which is like, jeez.
Bro, marathon like a motherfucker. The marathon.
No, she didn't, but like she didn't, but it's just like in like him saying it like that was hilarious. And and then the woman that he like secretly wants the whole time fucks a dead dude. Okay, Clerks is wild. I still have to watch Clerks 3. Maybe hopefully I can do it before the end of the year. I know you said you hated it, but
snowball.
Going to your NBA segment before we wrap up the show. What's NBA Week 2? Who's your front runner for MVP, or who's your list of top 5 candidates?
I ain't gonna give you top 5. I give you top 3.
All right.
Right now it's looking like Giannis again. Giannis number 1, number 2 John Morant, and then number 3 is Jason Tatum as of right now. Besides that, it was a pretty good week. It was better than the week before, which was a lot of blowouts, blowouts. So this past week, just the Lakers losing always brings me joy. That's the only thing I really talk about. Everybody else is playing well except for the Lakers. Hell, the Kings look like they're having more fun than the Lakers. The Lakers are now 0-5 for this season, and I think if they lose 2 more games, they break the record from like 1952 or something like that. When they when they was on the 0-7 streak, or I think it's like the 2015, something like that. But regardless if they do that, still, you can't blame Russ. That's all I keep trying to tell everybody. You can't blame Russ at this point for y'all going 0-5 as of this season. Y'all don't have no shooters. Y'all small. Thomas Bryant is still out. Street clothes. Street clothes is being street clothes. He ain't got it. You feel me? He can't stay healthy. So that's all it is. At this point with LeBron, he just passed up that. Ooh, shit. I was about to say something wild. He passed up that cocksucker, Karl Malone, for the oldest player to get 20-plus points a game, average 20-plus points a game. Hooray. I need them to do this when Karl Malone dies. I ain't wishing death on him because I don't play them games. But when that cocksucker dies and he can't be with another 13-year-old, I need y'all to get rid of all his records. You feel me? Them patches that was in his head before he decided to go bald, that's how y'all know that motherfucker was nasty. He all had them little mini patches in his head. He was walking around looking like the fucking uncle after he shaved his head from fucking the Addams Family. When he
you gotta make him. I mean, we said we would do a wrestling verse with Amp about TNA pay-per-view, but someone has to make Amp watch DDP and Karl Malone versus your favorite tag team of all time, Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman.
My favorite tag team. They was tag teaming other shit, apparently. Remember on the watch along? Banks versus Davis Patriot.
They said 3 ways, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, they tag team a lot. I know they was going. I know it was smelling wild in there. They was fucking Florida white women. But nah, the Lakers are 0-5 right now. And Bron, he'll be all right. He a billionaire. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
When you a billionaire, you the second, third greatest player of all time. I don't think you too much worried about. You feel me? Oh, we ain't making the playoffs. We ain't making the play-in. Dog, your legacy is sealed. You got 4 championships. You got 4 MVPs. You a billionaire. You good, bro.
What about your Bulls? How are they doing?
We doing all right. We just need a point guard. Like AO is cold, but you know that half-breed, he can't stay healthy because them fucking knees is cooked.
And that's because he is one, right?
Him and Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine last night. This stupid son of a bitch always want to take step back 3-point shooters. It's like, bro, Gerard, like he's scared of dunking. You a fucking slam dunk champion. Why are you always scared of dunking? Like he's scared of getting hit on contact. That's that light skin shit. He's scared of getting contact. He don't never want to try to go to the rim, pause. He always want to step back and shoot.
Why did you have to go like Chris Jericho? You stupid son of a bitch.
He is. And fuck that movie. That movie looks stupid. All I got from that shit was,
you know what? I finally saw the trailer for that the other day. And I'm like, I thought it was a commercial. and like it's still going. I'm like, wait, is this a trailer? Like, wasn't in that movie supposed to be on HBO Max? Why are they putting this movie in theaters?
That shit ain't gonna make nothing.
That ain't gonna make no fucking money. No offense to Jacob Lattimore or like the other dude. Like that ain't making no money. And I saw like Kid Cudi was in. I'm like, oh, it's definitely making no fucking money now.
That's who in it, Sean, and the half dead Lil Wayne, who was one of my top 3 favorite. You know,
like I don't know. Like whoever made the decision to put that in theaters is a stupid son of a bitch. Like
it's J. Cole, Tristan. He hanging on by them dreads with silly string. He want to show y'all he but. Go ahead.
Wouldn't it be Drake?
Well, Drake not black. He cosplaying.
Okay.
Why you think his birthday always around fucking Halloween?
Wait. Why is it you listen to yourself say that? Why do you think his birthday is always around? Always around. It's the same day.
Nah, because I swore somebody said his birthday was like last week.
Said like he was moving his birthday. Today's my birthday. Like,
wait, Ratchet, happy birthday! It's your fucking birthday, right? That song came out in June. Y'all better, hey, y'all better. Listen, this is what we're gonna do next week. If we don't have nothing else to talk about, y'all submit some questions. How about that?
No. One, I'm doing that on White Noise today. We're not gonna run back the same gimmick for.
Yeah, I'll be tapped in live. Why he switching your sound like every day?
I'm gonna just feel like what it must be like to do a show with Michael Irvin. You're like, I'm like,
Men of Valor.
Well, he was spitting then. Now I'm saying like every other Michael Irvin show. I feel like right now.
Hey, you know he got a podcast.
Everyone's got a podcast, as we've been saying the last 2 years. But it makes sense for him to have a podcast because he'd be,
No, but he's actually tame. He got Emmett. The great
No,
Emmitt
don't
Smith
tell
on
me
a new
he like the
episode.
serious Michael, like Stephen A on the radio is the guy who actually has like good analysis, right?
Yeah. No, he legit is like calm. Like he's talking to Bomani Jones. He sounds super professional. He talked to Emmett Smith, and he sound like super professional. Like they talk like just old heads. Like
See, the thing
remember,
about the scheme is we're running the 3-4 going.
that's how it is, and it's only 43 minutes. I'm like,
That's
damn,
how.
that's it.
Shout out to Big Duke. That's how Big Duke was sounding on BRP this week. On the when this man called him on the phone, he was like, "Yes, it was a wonderful city. I had a great time. The food was great." And Matt's like, "If you don't cut this shit right now, like,
Hey man, you got to work people. You had the kayfabe because everybody know about him now.
I want to say this about Deion Sanders because that was the other thing we had kind of like teased. What do you think about him as a coach, especially like? Do you think he can make it as a coach in? I don't want to say the big leagues, but like in the big leagues, as like at a big time score, or even the NFL with what he's been doing the last few years. Because I know he's like what legit your favorite athlete of all time, or top 5 for sure, right?
No, top 5.
But what do you think about him as an actual coach? Because they're winning, and it's sure like, oh, they can say like it's the HBCU, but like you still got to win games no matter what. And the fact that he's been able to recruit top tier talent because of the NIL, you play with the tools you've been given. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm sure like he can, bring guys from over here and over there with the promise of all that. But again, what he's been trying to do by like make SWAC and the HBCU matter is amazing. Again, the fact that they hosted college game day for the first time ever was insane. But he had, like I said to you, like he had been asked that question of like, would you entertain offers? And he said, I'm not going to lie to you, I would. But at the end of the day, I'm worried about today, right now, this game, at this moment. But what do you think if you were to go to a big time school or even the NFL? Like, would you hope one day that Deion Sanders coaches your boys?
No, it won't. It wouldn't work well. I'm sorry.
Due to the egos of professionals versus young men.
Yeah, and besides that, it's prime. It's like for a stint, Magic Johnson tried to coach.
Yeah.
And it's like they're not going to see it the same way that you see it, prime, especially with the specialty players being like cornerbacks. They're not going to see it the same way that you see the game. And then you're going to start using like icons as an example. Like when Playmaker used to do this, like, bruh, I'm not a playmaker. Like I'm Julio Jones. You feel me? Or somebody.
Well, I don't think Julio Jones would be playing around that time.
No. He didn't. This is last season for real. Him and Brady. That's about to be a completely different team after this season. We don't need to get a football coach talk, but if I'm the Bucs organization,
my team is facing the Rams today, and I'm somewhat worried because Deebo Samuel's out, and he's basically the Rams killer.
Yeah,
and if we lose a third straight game, this season is starting to mirror last season, where we almost had the same exact record as we did last season, and last season was up and down right early on, and we somehow still made the playoffs because we had a better last 2 months than the first 2 months. So I still believe in this team. I believe in getting Christian McCaffrey to help. But I think it was stupid that they wanted to hear offers for Jeff Wilson Jr., who's been a great running back in Elijah Mitchell's absence. And again, if Christian McCaffrey is always injured, why would you want to get rid of Jeff Wilson? That just didn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing too. We're like, why are you making stupid decisions when? Yeah, that's a whole different thing. But go back to what you're saying about the Bucs and sticking with old man Brady, like.
No, if I'm the NFL, you got to freeze out Brady because he's not a draw anymore, and he's like cooked. I said that first game out, and it's immature to say that first game out, but it's showing he's cooked. Y'all need to just let him go. The whole NFL cut ties with him. But going back to prime, the players wouldn't be recipient to him just because the way he talks to people, like it works with kids, and it's not like he's being disrespectful, but you can't talk to adults like that because they're going to look at you, these 20-plus-year-olds, they don't really know who Deion Sanders is. And it goes back to what we talked about before. It's like
that should play off what Math always brings out about young guys not listening to the old heads, no matter what they've accomplished. And he's accomplished everything in a lot of fields, which speaks to yeah. See, were his wives good women? Or
yeah,
his children good women?
One of his wife, I think her name was like Pilar or something like that. She was bad, and then I think he got babyface old lady. Yeah, I think he
But
married to Tracy Edmonds.
but either way, his again style of coaching would he tells because he's a very inspirational guy about I'll be sending you his tweets, which again are like very like rah like fire you up, like he's almost John Cena in that way. Like I'm gonna run through the fucking brick wall, like in this and all that. But I think the fact that he's able to coach these young guys, and at some point the NFL will just be full of young guys because Todd Gurley just retired, and he's how old? Like
Fucking 45.
probably physically, but yeah. But I think he'll be able to work. The Chip Kelly approach, I don't think could work of like holding against scholarships over dudes' heads and all that. Where again, Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney again, like you are legit the end all be all as a coach. But now with the NIL, I think he'll have the experience of like guys that are making money and will be able to have egos and all that. And I think he's kind of the perfect guy to bounce it because he had the ultimate ego of it all. Like they show that stat that he and Lee Corso were tied for the same amount of interceptions, which is hilarious that Lee Corso was playing in the 50s, had 14 interceptions, and Prime had the great excuse all the time. Like, that just shows they didn't throw my way that often. It shows how much of a threat I was. They were scared to throw the ball, which is why I only had 14. Mm-hmm. And that's him being him, again, the ultimate talker of all time, football-wise, right? Like, who else could talk like him?
Yeah. So, I don't think that's what people said they wanted Brady to do, coach instead, but it's like that's not gonna work because you intimidate people. Like great players intimidate people. Like Playmaker couldn't be a coach because he yelled too much, and besides that, you would intimidate people. And once again, you from
Mike Singletary.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. And it's like, what he said, can't do it, won't do it.
Okay, like it was the anniversary of that speech this week where it's like these guys like can't do it, they won't do it, and I won't. And I'm not here for it. Like, it's a team.
I need to be around men or whatever he said.
Yeah. And I think Vernon Davis said later on, like, that actually made him better in hindsight. Like, at the time, he didn't want to hear it. But going forward, that stuck with him and shaped his mentality going forward. Like, it isn't all about me. It is about the team. But again, Mike Singletary came from that old school of like,
that's what he said. I'm from the old school. That's how he started out the conversation.
But like, facts of it was, I'm a man. I'm 40. It was that. He legit his style of football that hit him in the mouth, which as the NFL was trying to like get away from concussions, this guy was like legit going out saying, "We're gonna hit him in the mouth." Roger Goodell should have been like, "Mike, can you shut the fuck up?" Right? Like we're not playing 85 Bears defense anymore for reasons like
right. Because half them, they write in cursive even when it doesn't call for it. Herschel Walker talking in hieroglyphics.
Well, that's
y'all need to help me get rid of me son. My son. It calls a problem. I don't know why I start speaking.
No. Yeah, I'm like, why is he talking like the Trinity to the Bone kid in Atlanta? You know me heart.
You know me. Hey, Herschel Walker, so definitely get ready for Halloween tomorrow. But where he at every day is in Halloween.
And on that note, you can find me on Twitter at Davis, aka Drip, Instagram Davis Colton. No, I'm legit wrapping up the show now. Davis Colton DC.
It's about to get bad.
Banks versus Davis on Twitter that's at the BVD pod. We got a Patreon, Banks versus Davis on Patreon, where we do content that is not able to go on YouTube due to copyright issue and all that.
Shouts out to, not to cut you off, shouts out to everybody that told me they want to sign up for the Patreon. Not to air them out, but they said they money funny. You didn't have to say that.
Money's always funny. I mean, shit.
Yeah, y'all didn't have to say.
Christmas coming up too. Like,
that's what I'm saying. So I appreciate you didn't have to say that. I appreciate you for even reaching out and wanting to sign up. But it was people like, damn, I want to sign up. But shit, funny.
That's why I told you $5 was too much. You greedy some bitch. You want to be Scrooge McDuck with them gold coins and shit. But
nah, they just said they're gonna sign up. But hey, man, everybody fucked up right now. We can't even lie.
There are episodes that are available, but we did. Oh no, we haven't dropped those yet. There are regular conversation episodes, but those are kind of meant to say in a wave due to we never said nothing too crazy. There was that one time where like I asked you about a woman who you blocked and you said because she be acting funny or whatever. That you say that about every woman.
They all fucking here to stress me out. They all the devil. Yeah. Bobby Boucher, because women is the devil.
Yeah. But on that note, what else do you want to say before we wrap up? We'll see y'all next week. If you want to do a live Q&A, Banks, I guess we can do it. Because then what will be? I know we'll be able to talk about the Drake 21 Savage album because I'm
not talking about that shit.
Yes, the fuck we are.
Hey man, this show too. So yeah. Promo. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had to think of the promo episode. Yeah, maybe I'm Jim McMahon.
When you want, that's a fact. You said George Clinton instead of Bill Clinton. I heard I called you out live on air.
I am closer. Hey man, as always, follow us at the BBD Pod on Twitter. If you see them like some bad women, that was more likely Davis. That was not on me. Otherwise,
why did you call me out then about the Lotto Chloe Bailey?
Because, brother, I am now in the phase of my life where I'm seeing the light too. Take that for data. We'll see y'all next time.
Fuck Banks.
I hope so.